So this is a distillation sketch. And basically what it means is you get your subject, you get your reference, and then you try to recreate the reference, but using only lights and shadows, and maybe a mid-tone as well, without trying to draw out the sketch lines and without trying to draw detailed on the eyes and the mouth. You're working on it all together as one whole piece all at once. The idea is that you analyze the lights and the shadows and the midtones, and then you try to capture the shape of these shadows. So sometimes the shadows will form like a rectangular shape, maybe a triangle, maybe a diamond, and you just try to capture that, and then you just mold it as you see it, and then it starts to bring out the image that you're trying to capture. So it's a fun and helpful exercise because it really challenges you to capture those shapes. Sometimes you see a really big shadow and you want to make sure you capture that shadow well. Sometimes you see a very fine, small light elements, and so you want to capture those as well, but you don't want to catch every detail. So you just kind of sometimes will just draw a line or a quick little square here and there and just kind of warp it a bit, but you'll see all these little pieces come together and they form a mosaic. So it's helpful to practice. So definitely try to do these types of sketches once in a while before you get into the full rendering of the drawing. And so for this one, I went with a lion that I really enjoyed the fierceness and its roar. Immediately when I saw that, I told myself I need to draw this. And so I started drawing that. And as I kept drawing it, I eventually began to think, okay, I think I will incorporate a little lamb here. And that's where I began to sketch the lamb. I didn't have a name for it just yet. So then I began to think about it. And the more I kept drawing, the more it rang to me, the lamb's roar. Obviously, we understand the lamb is an animal that is very meek and gentle and calm, while the lion is a fierce and fearsome animal. And so combining these two elements, I came with this idea of the lamb's roar. And we see that in the aspect of Jesus being the Lamb of God who came into the world meek and lowly, but when he resurrected, he came out conquering death and defeating sin and death in his resurrection. And so his truth is also a truth that carries boldness, truth, and mercy. And so it's this intermingling of grace and truth, of power and humility. In this case, now that I finished this distillation segment of this illustration, as you can see in the end, I start to add a little bit of a glow here and there. And so my goal next is to render it fully. So maybe add another color in there, throw in something else, some dynamic and lighting, and fully render it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this illustration as you guys see the time lapse. And thank you again for just stopping by and checking out my artwork. I appreciate you all. Much love. God bless you. Bye-bye.